It is time for some more No Warp Gate Token Master. I believe this is episode number 7, and the first match is going to be a PvT. Now, in the last episode, we discovered a really cool new build, which is basically the PvZ version of my super weird Proxy Oracle triple Nexus build against Terran. And it's to go for very fast DTs with a very fast triple Nexus. Now, we are playing against a Terran this time. I do wonder if there is a smarter way to place my... I actually didn't really think about this before, but normally you place your gateways in positions where they block off certain areas, right? But since all my units have to actually spawn from the gateways instead of them being warped wherever I want, I might have to build my gateways a lot differently in that way. Like, maybe it would be smarter for me to just put every single gateway right here. I mean, that way it would also be a little better to defend against Doom drops. Unless my units spawn right like before the Doom drop, or let's say like 10 seconds away from the Doom drop, because then they can kill the pylons, and then yeah, that is obviously very unpleasant. Now, I do have Recall. That is a very cool Protoss tool that I haven't used that much, so definitely something that could come into play. Now, that was a pretty early SCV scout. It kind of looks like we are going to get Engineering Bay blocked here. So I guess I'll just send a probe to the low ground a little early. I still want to get my cybernetic score before the Nexus, because if I don't get that, we are going to be in a little bit of trouble. I'm actually going to send a couple probes just in case he builds the engineering bay. Doesn't look like he's going to, so I'll just use one more. This is actually perfectly fine for me. Like, even if we would drop the engineering bay now, he would just lose an SCV. This is the reason why Terrans can't do this, by the way. And I know it sucks for us Terrans. I would also like to be able to do that, but sadly your SCV doesn't regenerate health, so that is makes it a little bit harder, you know. Now, this SCV is still following me for some reason. Maybe we can even kill it. Hello? No, okay, he was paying for a second. I thought he wasn't going to pay attention. Now, let's see. What build am I going to go for this time? I would kind of like to... Actually, yeah, I do like that idea. What if I go for a 4 Stalker drop? But like, that's something I haven't really done. I think right now I'm trying to explore all the options that are like, you know, a little bit weird on low gases, so I can make something happen without needing a lot of gas. I think I'll... Should I make the... Yeah, I do think I have to make the robo already. I guess I'll take a little bit of delay on the second Stalker. I do want it to be 4 Stalkers. I could be making an Adept right now, but I want it to be 4 Stalkers, just so I can one-shot SCVs with them. Now, I'm kind of surprised. I really haven't seen a whole lot from this Terran. Like, the Reaper is late, and he didn't have a second gas at the same time, which is definitely very strange. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this Terran right now. Normally, I feel like I have a decent idea, but this time I actually have no idea whatsoever, so that's a little tough. I think I'm gonna go for a battery just because I'm so freaking clueless. I think that's the smart way. That's how Protoss deal with things, guys. If you don't know what to do, you just make a battery and that's it. Now, this Reaper has been getting freaking bullied for a while. He's probably not very happy with how that's gone so far. Warp Prism takes 36 seconds and a Stalker takes 30. So I guess a double Chrono should do the trick. Let's see, you're gonna get some more damage on this Reaper. Gonna be able to kill it quite easily, and he's not gonna scout anything. And we're gonna have a pretty decent build-up. I'm gonna cancel this battery. That's a little YOLO by me, but I think since he saw the battery, he shouldn't be trying to make something happen anymore. He still totally could, and then we would be in a little bit of trouble. But I think it's going to be okay. I'm actually going to go for an Observer as well, just in case I'm going to need it later. I'm going to do something a little crazy here, as I do in all of my games, really. And that is that I'm going to skip a Gateway unit. So right now, I have literally nothing on the defense. Like, actually nothing. I could make an Immortal, actually. Would that be smart? I think an Immortal could be pretty smart. Maybe I'll send my... Oh, my goodness, no. Maybe I'll send my Observer in that location, so I can see if there's a drop coming. Stalkers are going to be pretty good against this, of course. So Cyclone's not actually very good against Stalkers at all, so... Let's see, probably going to be able to kill another one of these, and then I'll start an Immortal. And then I'll put them all back into the Prism. It's a very fast drop. It really is a very fast drop. Oh, we're going to go up against... Or I'm going to be able to kill that Cyclone, I think. No, okay, he did stop blocking it just in time. Let's see. Triple commands. Could I go... Do you really... Okay, I'm insane, but I think I can maybe get away with a double Forge. I'm making a double Forge. Oh, that's actually still in range. My bad. Not the best micro ever there by me. I think I was blowing my own mind a little bit with my own ideas here. But I'm going for a double Forge of basically no units, just because my opponent went for a fast third command center. At least, wait a second, guys. No, it is his third command center, right? I forgot that sometimes terrorists like to build it in a bay. Please tell me that's his third command center. It has to be, no? Okay, thank you. Oh my, I almost had a heart attack there. I was like, wait, did I just mess it up that badly? Yeah, I don't think you want to do that with your Cyclone, my friend. It's going to take a lot of damage. And this is why Stalkers are so freaking good, by the way. You can just kill so much stuff for free. All you really need is a single prism to cover for them, or what's it called? Or Blink, of course, that works as well. Let me just kill this depot real fast, and then I'll go back up here. I do need some more pylons so I can actually build stuff. I know I said I want my gateways to be together, but I don't think I meant that I want them this together, because this is starting to get a little sketch. I also haven't even made a freaking Twilight yet. Let's see, he's making an add-on on that. I can probably... Wait, I can even kill that siege tank, perhaps. No, okay, he's repairing it just in time, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to bother doing that. Could make a Twilight over here. That would be nice. I mean, so far, I feel like my build is looking pretty decent. I'm just a little worried that economically, we might be a little bit too far behind. Let's see if I can kill some stuff without taking too much damage. Don't want to lose any Stalkers. And they're all red HP. Maybe a little too much damage, because you don't usually want your units to be red HP, right? Now, for some reason, I was kind of waiting for, like, Warp Gate to finish there or something, because I wasn't actually building my units, so that's... Huh? Was that a Stalker? I hope it was not an Immortal. If that's an Immortal, I'm going to be really sad. I think it was probably a Stalker, but we'll see. So he's going to make more barracks. So far, I think our opening has definitely worked. I think I'm going to go for the DT Shrine here. I feel like DTs are going to be a good idea. I'm still only on 2 gas. I think if I had Warp Gate, I would actually like the situation. Right now, I'm a little scared because I'm going to miss that one extra warp in when we're going to get attacked. Now, this is just a really good fake. He still has the tank there. These Stalkers are still 1 HP, so this is actually buying so much time with this. Or, like, making him lose so much mining time, rather, right? Because there's nothing inside there, or nothing inside that I can do any damage with. It's not like there's fresh Stalkers. But he pulled all of his SCVs away, which is really nice. It's going to make his attack a little worse. Now, okay, it looks like he is going to go for the full-on attack. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I don't actually have charge yet. We're going to have to see, guys. I'm not 100% convinced that I'm going to be able to defend this. Does he still have a tank? He does have a couple of units, but no tank. There's a lot of Zealots coming out, but they might not be in time. Guess I'll just drop over here for now, kill a bunch more stuff. This is mostly just buying me a little bit of time. Like, this is just annoying to deal with for him, you know? It's not necessarily going to do that much, but he might be a little slower at sieging his tanks. Right now, he did siege his tanks. I still have slow Zealots. I need one more freaking Chrono boost on that. My Stalkers are doing so much damage on the other side. He already used 1 stim, which is really nice for me, by the way. Like, the fact that he already used 1 stim, that's actually a pretty big deal. Oh, I'm going to lose that to that Cyclone, unfortunately. I think a nice counterattack, or not really a counterattack, but... Or do we counter? I think he saw the Zealots, right? I felt like he would be moving very weirdly if he didn't see the Zealots. So I think we're just going to wait for that. He sees the army. This is basically like a fake counterattack. I still have my 4th base up, by the way, which is absolutely massive. And now I think we're going to try and break this. So he's actually going to go into the... He still has units here, no? Is that there's no way that's everything, I believe. Huh. Okay, this is quite surprising. I'm actually quite surprised he's going to go for this because it's... Where did his tanks go? I think I let him escape with the tank, so that sucks a little bit for me. Maybe it's a good time for me to just retake this base now. Maybe I could take another one as well. Guess I'll go for a battery over here. And what does he have back at home? Not that much. So I guess I would say the tanks are still somewhere out on the map. I think that makes sense. These Zealots are going to do so much work. These are 1-1, by the way. Like, these are very, very strong Zealots. He's not paying attention here because he has to pay attention at home. At home, he's losing all of his units already. And I guess the counterattack really was the magic play. Now, where did his tanks go? Are his tanks chilling out on the map somewhere still? I guess they have to be, right? But I don't really know where. Oh, so he had this base, and that's... Wait, were those unsieged? Did he just have 3 unsieged tanks chilling here? I guess he did. I mean, if it works for him, it works, I guess. But that is an interesting move. I feel like that counterattack was actually so freaking devastating, though. Like, it kind of looked like he was going to be doing pretty well. Like, the drops were going to do a lot of damage. He killed my 3rd base, but then somehow... I feel like this counterattack made everything work. So he's going to see these units. Guess I'll attack with my Stalker. These are going to be able to slip into the main base, I think. Yes, they are. I'm going to hold position this because he has not launched a mule since he was born, apparently. Look at his orbitals. Oh my goodness, this guy doesn't like mules. I think he had like 11 scans available. That is not how you want to play Terran, my friend. I'm sorry, but it's... That's a little tough. Like, 11 mules, that's like, how many resources is that? like, I don't know, 3,000 or something. That's the number that comes to my mind. Not quite sure if that's accurate, but it feels like it's like 2,000 resources. By the way, guys, despite not having gases, because I was able to get my gases up early and didn't have to spend them, and because I was extra greedy, I already have 2-2. My army is inhumanly strong for what it should be right now. Like, actually super, super strong. He has +1 attack, and I have 2-2. This fight looks horrible, right? But my units are actually going to do really well here because the upgrades are just inhuman right now. Look at this. I straight up walked through a choke into a stimmed bio army while sending half of my army to the other side, and I'm still winning on both fronts. This is quite painful. Now, the thing is, I can't actually warp into his main base, so I think for me to do a Doom drop, I will actually have to build a ton of warpers just to be able to get there. These zealots are still going through. I think he's finally going to be able to clean that up. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think I'll just back... Wait, maybe I can stand on top of the depot and then just... No, why are my zealots going that way? You absolute psychopaths. Okay, it's going to work in the end after all. This feels like I'm being a psycho, but honestly, if he has to stay there all the time, he's not going to be mining, and this is very, very efficient for me. At this point, I'm even considering going for 3-3 upgrades, but I feel like I should just be able to kill him soon enough. Now, this is a kind of a trap that you can fall into playing against Terran, where you think you've won the game, so you're just going to keep attacking. But Terran is actually very good at sitting back and chilling, right? So you do want to be careful with that. Like, you know, you want to make sure you end the game in the right way, or that you actually transition in the right way. But here the Prism comes to snipe the tank, and there we go. And this was actually a very destructive game, not in terms of resources lost. I feel like we've seen this before, that it's like exactly even in this show. Could have been another show, but anyway, it's pretty much exactly even. But because the build starts so fast with a fast third Nexus with the double upgrades, I feel like we just do incredibly well. Typically, only gateway units don't trade this efficiently against Terran, but with the 2-2 upgrades against +1, they're very, very good. Let's go to game number 2. Game number 2 is, oh my goodness, is going to be against a 5.7k Grandmaster Protoss. Well, that is quite the jump. I think, what was our last opponent, like 4.5k or something? That's 1,200 MMR higher, guys. Well, this is going to be a test, you could say. If I win this one, that's going to be very promising for the near future, I can say that. Now, how am I going to be able to deal with this? I think PvP is always gonna be a little difficult because of the early cheeses and stuff. Like, I feel like the really early stuff, I talked about it before, I'm gonna mention it again though. The really early stuff, like, let's say someone is gonna go for like a proxy 4 gate, or I mean 2 gates at home, 2 more gates proxied. In that case, I will have more units early on, and I might be able to break the proxy before it really gets going. But if we're gonna do... Oh, we're playing on an extremely laggy server as well, I can already tell instantly. This has to be Brazil, I think. Yep, we're playing on the Brazilian server. That's an absolute banger. It's gonna make this even more easy. No, it's not. But if it's gonna be like a slightly later cheese, it's gonna be really hard to react with, yeah, just pure units built from the gateway. I guess I can delay my second gas for a little bit. Don't want to do it for too long, I guess, but I do want to delay it for a little bit. Now, this is already a slightly surprising opening that I'm doing. Normally, if you scout a Protoss player, they're not going to have 2 gates there. Either they will make 2 gates on their main ramp, or they will be 1 gate expanding over here. But I'm basically 2 gate expanding over here. I'm not even sure if I want to expand, by the way, but I guess that's kind of what it looks like to him. He is not going to be taking the low ground base, interestingly enough. Guess I'll have to make a pylon over here. He does have only 1 gate. What does this look like to me? To me, this just looks like a pretty classic Stargate play. He's probably just wondering why I don't have my gas yet, which is a very valid thing to wonder about. If I was him, I would think that I'm 4-gating right now, which means that I shouldn't 4-gate. Unless he somehow really sucks at defending it, even though he knew. I mean, that's also very possible, of course. But since I have no gas, I must be spending my minerals, my extra minerals on something, which I have to imagine he's gonna think is a proxy 4-gate. Probably a little surprising to him to see that I... Can I block it? Yes, I can. To see that I am chrono boosting the gateways and not the... What's it called? And not the cybernetic score here, the warp gate rather. I think he might actually not have seen that I wasn't making warp gate, which would be very nice. Now, I do want to kill the probe just so he can't actually check later. I'm quite sure he's going to go for an oracle. Oh, he actually made an adept. He's also making a battery. I think I'm going to go a hardcore... Oh, I did actually get it. That's very nice. Did I kill it? I hope I killed the probe. I'm not actually sure if I did, but I hope I did. So that nexus is going to be blocked forever, which is nice. I'm going to make the battery, which is hopefully in time for the oracle. And then I'm going to move across the map with my 4 stalkers and to hope I can do some serious damage. He is really going to be blocked for freaking ever. So that is nice. There's a second stalker on the way. I think I'm not gonna make one. So I'm about to get supply block because I lost the pylon that I was building over there, right? So you could say that I maybe should have gone for an extra stalker to defend against the oracle. But instead, I think I could probably just use recall. I'm gonna go for a twilight pretty fast, actually. Let's see. This stalker should be in trouble. Let's see. I don't know what other units he's gonna have besides this. He's almost out of battery energy already. Let's see if I can. It's pretty hard to micro this on the amount of ping that I have, but hopefully we can do a decent enough job. See, he does get the target fire on those. Let me try to kill this one probe if I can. Exactly, that's quite nice. I'm starting to wonder if he's doing something else. Like, the Oracle really should have been here by now. Is this maybe going to be Dark Templars, perhaps? I guess it totally could be Dark Templars. Can I pull this one back in time? No, it is actually a Stargate, huh? Okay. Oh, no, there's an Oracle. He just... Right, he just never activated it. Oh, that's actually going to be annoying. My stalkers are going to get trapped, I think. Oh, only one of them. Okay, that's quite nice. There we go. So he's going to see that I have another base. But in the end, our base is faster than his by a decent margin. We're also playing Twilight against Stargate. I think we've actually gotten ourselves in a decent position from all that, which is pretty crazy to say, but definitely not unhappy with it. Now, I guess I should probably leave... It's going to be a little scary if he attacks me, actually. Like, 2 Void Rays on the offense. I'm not quite sure... Oh, what the hell was that? I don't even know what I did to make that happen. I'm not quite sure what I could do against 2 Void Rays on the offense. Like, especially with this pylon being so vulnerable. Could make another pylon here. It's also going to be pretty easy to gun down, unfortunately. Exactly, that's what he's coming for. I'm just going to be attacking this Void Ray with everything I have. Maybe I can kill it, actually. He's not deactivating the prismatic alignment. Oh, a massive mistake by our high Grandmaster opponent here. Really good micro by us, considering the amount of ping that we're on. And that was all really good. This one adept is not going to be able to achieve anything, so that is quite nice because there is a shield battery here. Do want to make sure we're not being distracted for the Oracle. The Oracle could come into our natural, of course. Let's not forget that. So, all right, we really do find ourselves into a decent spot. And then what am I going to be doing after this? That is the question. I think I might make another battery over here, actually, so I don't die to the Oracle flying in there. Is it the right idea to go for a third when I don't really like the way my resources are lining up more than anything else. Like, the fact that I have 500 gas it's very unpleasant. Like, it feels like me taking this base right now is stupid. So, okay, there's a couple getting trapped by stages. Luckily, that wasn't all of them. I always get a little scared when I see something on the minimap that I'm not expecting. Like, it just feels terrifying. Now, I'm going to go for the legendary double forge play, which is definitely going to be catching him off guard. And now we are in a position where we have to win this game instantly because he went for another Oracle. Let's see what he has. Oh, he has too many Stalkers at home, even without Blink. Oh, he didn't actually follow. That's actually pretty crazy. He didn't follow my my probes. He has to get away now because else he's going to lose the Oracles. Let's see if I can get one of these. Probably not, I think. Maybe we can. No, it doesn't look like it. And I guess in the end, that was pretty all right. We do need to do something crazy to catch up, though. I'm a little annoyed at this because I should have realized that my opponent was going to go for some trickery there. Like, realistically, he should have been doing something else, like trying to take the third base a little faster because he was a little behind. Instead, he was just hoping that I would move out and fly in with his Oracles, which I did. So I did play into his hands a little bit, which I'm not too happy with, but I guess it is what it is. Now the problem is that since we took a lot of damage, I haven't been able to afford Stalker. So if he's going to go for a follow-up attack now, we would probably die to that, especially because I'm going for triple upgrade. This is really dumb, by the way. Please do never play triple upgrades in your games, guys. Promise me you'll never play, unless you want to have fun, of course, as I always say. But I really hope he's not going to go for a blink timing attack because I don't think we would be able to defend it, to be honest. If he's going to go for that, I think we're going to have to just write GG. Obviously, I would try, but let's see. I think a battery here would be quite nice as well, just to defend in case we are getting attacked. I do have a pretty decent setup. I mean, the upgrades are so freaking good. There we go. Should be able to kill that one at least. It's going to be quite nice. Yeah, it looks... Oh, that's more than just an attack. That is... It kind of looks like a full-on all-in to me even, actually, I have to say. I could be wrong, but it does look like it is a proper all-in here. Let's see. I'll just drop some force fields just to make the fight a little bit easier for me. Let's see, I don't have a Guardian Shield on this one yet, unfortunately. It would be really nice if I had that, but I don't. Let me fall back to the battery a little bit. I can't really afford to lose this base. That's what sucks for me here. See, Guardian Shield should be coming online now. A little bit of Blink Micro on the Brazilian server, because why not? Got a couple more units coming in. And yeah, I think his semi-all-in is going to put him in a very good spot here. Also got a nice stasis there. For some reason, I thought the second Oracle died too, because I thought I heard like an attack animation. So I thought it was the Oracles fighting against my Stalkers that I F2 to my third base. So that's a little bit of a mistake by me. Making a couple of mistakes here. Definitely going to put us behind. I wonder if we have some kind of freaking legendary 1-1-1 timing with the triple forge. I mean, probably not, but it would be pretty freaking awesome, right? So I'm gonna get a couple more sentries on the way, and then I'll start getting my first +2 upgrade. I like how, dude, I feel like I can afford so much just because of... Is he gonna do another stasis? Yes, he is. Okay. Oracles are so freaking good, by the way, man. I also really love playing with Oracles because okay, yeah, this looks like a little bit too powerful of a timing attack there. How many gateways did he have? 6 gateways. Wait. Oh, what? Wait, that's actually very interesting. I don't think this is actual pro meta, but he just didn't make upgrades at all. That was kind of his way to go for an all-in. So it's very similar to my strategy that I've been doing, where I go for like low gas and fast nexuses. It's like he skips something to be ahead in some way. Because his economy here is quite good. Obviously, he was super far ahead after killing my third base, right? But his economy here is quite good. But he has absolutely 0 upgrades. So he is all-in, but kind of in his own way. Like kind of in like a no-tech, but decent economy kind of way. Which I guess is pretty similar to how I've been playing my PvZs and stuff. This was a tough game. We expected it because of the MMR. Let's go to the final one. The final game of the day is going to be against another Terran. Now, I did kind of, in the break between these games, I did kind of figure out how I have to play against Protoss from now on. I think I actually just have to play mass Stalkers. I feel like the other units, you cannot really produce well enough, I guess, for them to have the same impact as they normally would. A good example is going to be the Zealot, where the best impact the Zealot can have is warping like 8 in the fight, right? Because then all of a sudden you have 8 extra Zealots that are going to charge in really fast. The other player is already committed to the fight, and all of a sudden there's 8 tanky boys in front of them. And that way it works out quite well. But if you're going to have to make Zealots one by one, I don't really think it's gonna work out so well. So I think I might actually have to play mass Stalkers. Obviously not go triple upgrades, and obviously not get behind early on like I did last game, because one of those was very psychotic. The other one was because my opponent was very good, but maybe next time I can make sure he doesn't get that far ahead. But I do think mass Stalker could actually be a pretty decent solution. I could maybe also go for some higher tech stuff, like Colossus maybe a little bit too brave. Colossi or Disruptors. Immortals probably not, but that kind of thing. Like maybe add in a little bit of Robo Flare there. I feel like that should be able to do pretty well. Now my opponent is not contesting this probe so far, so he's going to take a lot of damage on that. I really hope he doesn't lose it. I've been a Terran. You're going to want to build that, my friend. Yeah, okay. Looked like he wasn't even going to start building it until my probe died, which would have been a pretty painful delay. Still got a pretty decent delay on that in general, but still. Now, the last time I noticed that I was running out of space a little bit. Oh, I'm losing this. Running out of space a little bit against Terran, so I think I'm just going to make my second pylon here. Which means I will forsake having a pylon in my natural. At least for a little bit. Or a battery in my natural, I should say, because that's really where, you know, what the point was. But I think with the extra Stalkers I can Chrono Boost early on, that should be okay. I'm gonna take this gas now, and then I'm gonna go up to a bunch of Stalkers. I don't think... Or I think I want to play without a Robo this time. It feels like it's a very interesting strategy, because typically, or at least what I think is the best Protoss opening these days, is to just go for a very safe Blink Robo against Terran. Like, with Blink Robo, you really can't go wrong. You're safe. You're economic. It's really all good, right? But what if you could technically just do that, but skip the entire Blink Robo part? So just get a third base really fast and just position your Stalkers very well. Just defend everything perfectly, guys. It's really no big deal. No, but seriously, I feel like that could be a pretty cool strategy. Now, is that actually a Marine first? I feel like I should have seen more Marines if that was the case, but maybe it is. Should I mine this out? Or should I take the front third. I could also take this one, the rich gas one. I feel like I'm going to go for this base, though. I feel like this one should be pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to start mining this out already, so I don't get, like, freaking tank drop there or something. Like, can you imagine, like, a tank drop here, Liberator Sieges over here, tank moves over? That sounds like a freaking nightmare to deal with, actually. So I feel like we're going the right path here. Now, how am I going to defend whatever he throws at us? I feel like based on what I've seen, it looks like a very standard play, and we don't have to worry about, like, Hellions or stuff like that. So I should probably be able to just split these Stalkers and make sure I get good coverage against the Widow Mines, for example. Widow Mine drop could be pretty devastating if I'm not paying attention. And definitely if I'm reacting a little bit too late, then it could be very annoying. So this is mined out enough. I'm going to use this to build a pylon over there. It's going to help me get a little bit of extra vision. Probably make a pylon here as well, so I really have this bottom side covered. Twilight is coming up. I do want to follow this up with a double forge, of course. I think I can maybe even make... Well, I only have one gateway, you know? One gateway is maybe a little extreme. Fine, I'll go for a second gate first. Still making Stalkers. I think one Stalker I could probably send across the map. Dude, my Nexus is finished. It's freaking 4 minutes 13 in the game and my Nexus is finished. I didn't even expect that myself. Let's see, I haven't seen anything on the minimap yet, I believe. It is a little scary to move out with this Stalker because one Cyclone could punish me for this. Or like a Widow Mine that's like up a ramp or hidden in a bush somewhere, of course. Let's see if I can find something with these. It is almost 5 minutes, which means that he could hit me with some kind of timing. I haven't seen any... Oh, I saw something over here. Exactly. That's going to be a Widow Mine drop, most likely. Excuse me. And that's going to be deflected pretty easily. Especially if he's... I'm kind of surprised he burrowed them over there. Now they're just going to have to stay there forever. He's going to lose one of the Widow Mines already. And I can very easily get the other one just by baiting it with a probe. And this was a... I'm sure the probe was going to figure it out at some point, but it wasn't. And it was just a very easy defense against the Widow Mine drop, which is very nice. Now, he does still have the medevac, but I might be able to walk across anyway. Okay, this is a little scary. If I miss him, if I don't meet his army in the middle of the map and he's attacking me, then we are actually screwed. I think I have to split them up just for that reason. I'm going to go up to 8 gateways here. That seems reasonable. Chrono Boost is double force like crazy, so I can have 1-1 by the time he attacks. Maybe I'll get charge as well already. That seems pretty reasonable. Let's see, let's make sure I actually do hotkey all of them. I'm missing 5 probes over here. Probably has a tank defending this, but I'm... Oh, he doesn't? Okay, well then I'm just... Oh, he does it, but it's all the way over there. And I'm actually going to kill this bunker, guys. Get a couple of free units there, really not bad. Blink is already finished. Didn't actually expect it to finish that fast. I'm looking at the mini-map because there might be something. Let's see, if I can damage the Raven, that'd be beautiful. Let's see if I can get a couple of free trades. Probably killed another Marine or 2 there. Couldn't quite see because I was looking at my own army for the most of it. My supply is looking quite high. I think I'm going to kill these rocks, but I might actually want to blink back in. I know it's really crazy. Let's see. Okay, his army's still there. I know it's pretty crazy, but if he left to my base, I would have all these Stalkers in the middle of nowhere, and I definitely didn't want that to happen. Let's see if I can bait a couple Marines. Doesn't look like it. Then I'll just start attacking these rocks again. We are going to have 1-1 extremely fast before his first attack. I think I'm just going to start 2-2 already as well. I might as well. I'm going to mine this base out and take this as my 4th base. Yo, this build is actually very nice. Like, my supply and upgrade and tech count is... I'm really liking what I'm seeing here, guys. Now I'm considering playing this in my regular PvTs. I would definitely make Warp Gate, but... If I can get all my stuff that fast, that's really nice. The Raven does fall. Very nice. Okay, beautiful. The Raven wasn't necessarily going to do that much, but an anti-armor missile could have been pretty brutal, actually. Let me get all my armor together. My charge is barely not finished because that's a little greedy by me. I haven't been chrono boosting it enough. I'm also running out of supply here, which is a little painful. Okay, let's see. I don't have charge yet on these. Let me just make sure to target down the medevacs. I feel like targeting the medevacs is going to be quite nice. I'll get one of the tanks as well. And there we go. And now I'm going to have to... Oh, I don't actually have a battery overcharge. I chrono boosted too much on my stuff. I think it's going to be fine, though, because he already stimmed. He doesn't have medevacs, so he's not going to want to stim again. Every stim is so painful if you don't have medevacs. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. I do think I want to play it a little careful with these Stalkers. I was very tempted to blink forward here, actually, but I decided not to. But it was very freaking tempting. Now, these Marauders I'm going to be able to trade against pretty easily. Just going to chrono boost my units. Keep in mind, oh, he does have medevacs now. That's a little annoying. Keep in mind, I am already taking that 4th base, so not really... worrying that much about losing this space. Gonna blink on top of the tank. Those zealots should take care of business. Now I can start targeting the medevacs again. Because of the extra attack upgrade, they actually take so much damage, and we're gonna hold this attack well, keeping the fourth base alive and having 2-2 on the way. And this actually seemed like a very nice build. I think maybe I should have forced the first stim a little bit earlier, first of all. And then beside that, I think I should have taken the first fight in battery overcharged range as well. Like, I just wanted to blink on top and grab some tanks and stuff, but I feel like waiting for that would have been pretty smart. Besides that, quite happy with everything that happened so far, though. We're gonna make a Templar Archives. Now I'm just waiting for my 2-2. I feel like with 2-2 upgrades, my units are gonna trade so well, even if I'm going to be attacking into an entrenched bio position. Don't really think I have to worry about that. I really should make a couple more pylons here, by the way, just in case of a drop. Does he have another tank? It doesn't look like it. I'm going to be able to target the medevacs. Actually, I selected my zealots instead of the stalkers on accident, but I'm going to be able to target the medevacs. And these zealots, guys, 2-2 zealots, they are... Look at this. They are so freaking good. It's actually insane. And all right, I mean, in PvT, guys, we really have developed a lot of cool builds. In PvZ, we have developed a lot of cool builds that seem a little sketchy. And in PvP, we haven't really developed any cool builds yet. It really fits with my view that mirror matchups are going to be the least fun. But this was freaking awesome. I'm so happy with all these PvTs and PvZs. Hope we can get some more in the next episode. For now, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this video, had a good time with me, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.